true that we live in a negative world, and being that we're in a negative world, it's so easy to become accustomed to all the negativity and problems out there in the world. That's why it's that much more important to always be feeding the mind with the good, the clean, the powerful, and the positive over and over again. The motivational recordings, the books, the videos, the self-talk to convince oneself that you can do it. In a negative, cat-kicking, sad world, now it's more important than ever to feed the mind with all the good and clean things. Got a couple friends down in South Alabama. Their names were Bernard Haygood and Jimmy Glen. And Bernard Haygood and Jimmy Glen were out on a long country road, and they got thirsty one day. So Bernard gets out and he finds a pump. And this pump is like this old rusted water pump. And he starts pumping the water. And he said, pumping the water. Nothing comes out. So he starts pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. Nothing comes out. No water. So he keeps pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping the water. And he turns to his friend, Jimmy Glen. He says, Jimmy, there's no water coming out of this pump. He says, Bernard, don't stop pumping the pump, or all the water that you've been pumping is going to go all the way back down. And the water down in South Alabama, the wells are deep and cold and fresh and pure. It takes a while for them to get up, but when they get up, it is so refreshing. And isn't that story about Bernard Haygood and Jimmy Glen down in South Alabama pumping that pump a lot about life? And pumping and pumping and pumping, and we're working. There's no result. There's nothing. And we keep going and 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 going, making videos. There's nothing. There's no result. But in life, it's the same way as it is when it comes to pumping water out of a well. Because I'm here to tell you, I'm a living testimony. 2 years ago, I made a video. 2 years ago, I made a video about the same story called Delayed Gratification. I'm here to tell you that over 2 years later now, the dreams that I had at that time that were so big and so impossible, they came true. They were impossible dreams. Couldn't happen. But I kept pumping and pumping and pumping and pumping. And I never gave up. This is a story of victory. This is Gavin Mehl. Check it out, bro. Water to God. Not the Cocoa Puffs, man. Water to God, bro. Yeah! Come see me.
I'm glad here. I feel I'm finally